Hey guys, it's Squall157 here, and last night Manchester United crashed out of the Champions League after losing 3-2 away in Germany to RB Leipzig, in a game that Manchester United should never have been in that circumstance, considering after match day 4 we had 2 games to go and all we needed was 1 point to secure Champions League qualification. Instead, we have crashed out and are now in our favourite competition, the Europa League. The game itself was, well, shocking in truth from a Manchester United standpoint anyway. 2 minutes into the game, RB Leipzig are 1-0 up after a diagonal ball across the field. The ball goes in right over Aaron Wan-Bissaka's head. Angelino steaming on in at the back post, catches it on the volley, straight into the bottom corner. Good finish, great finish actually. 1-0. Manchester United have now given themselves a much harder task of making sure that they go through. Then again, second goal goes in after 13 minutes. Another diagonal ball over to Angelino. Angelino gets the ball, crosses it in to Haidara at the back post. Boom, 2-0. Manchester United have got a mountain to climb. After 13 minutes, they have fucking shot themselves in the foot and given themselves a mountain to climb. Man United didn't really offer too much in the first half. I mean, we had Mason had a chance when the game was still 1-1. Where he scuffed his shot and the keeper saved it, and Rashford broke in and took a shot and the keeper saved that. But other than that, Man United didn't offer a great deal in the first half. Second half saw Donny van de Beek come on for Alex Telles in a substitution which was probably the right substitution, bringing Donny van de Beek on, but I didn't agree with Alex Telles going off simply because Ole strangely decided to start a back 5 in that game. And he played Luke Shaw when Luke Shaw hadn't played football for a month. It would have made much more sense to take Luke Shaw off because Luke Shaw was never going to last the full 90 minutes, which he never ended up doing anyway, and keeping Alex Telles on. It was almost a wasted substitution at that point. But anyway, so second half starts. United looked a bit more threatening from got a few corners and some crosses, got a few more crosses into the box and a few more attempts, but we didn't really test Leipzig too much. Then the third goal, which how two professional players in David De Gea and Harry Maguire can allow the ball to trickle across the goal like that in a Champions League game is fucking criminal. You'd expect to see that in under 10s, a ball bouncing across the box and all the kids chasing after it. Not professional players in the Champions League representing Man United letting the ball bobble across the box. And credit to Justin Kluivert, because you have to be there in the right place at the right time to score those sorts of goals. And he did. He was right there. Boom. Ball into the bottom corner. 3-0. Game's gone. The game is absolutely fucking gone at that point. Man United were... In my eyes, Man United were done. There was just no way coming back from that. Man United did get a goal. We got a penalty, which I thought was soft, to say the least. I thought it was quite a soft penalty. Bruno dispatches that, and then Manchester United score from a corner from... I'm not sure who was awarded the goal. I think they gave it to Paul Pogba, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, Pogba came in at the back post, and the ball sort of brushed off Harry Maguire's hand, and the Leipzig defender ended up kneeing it into the goal anyway. So it could have been, make up what you think. Was it Pogba's? Was it a handball? Should it not have stood? But ultimately, it didn't affect the result in any way because Man United still went out anyway. After that, United still had 10 minutes to go in the game, and we created very little opportunities in that 10 minutes to really go and, ask the question for that third goal, really pile the pressure on like we should have to make RB Leipzig very nervous in the last 10 minutes. We didn't. We kept playing the ball long, and it was frustrating as fuck to watch because every single long ball, the Leipzig defenders were just snapping it up and heading it clear, and it was baffling to be sitting there watching it, how professionals in the game couldn't manage that situation to be like, well no, let's keep the fucking ball on the ground and let's try play our way in. Instead they persisted with the long ball, which was going nowhere because there was no fucking striker up front. You had a Gallo on the bench who would have at least, that sort of long ball would have made more sense if you brought him on. Instead you didn't, and it was just, we were wasting time basically. We were doing Leipzig's job for them by just lumping the ball along like that. And it was just a shambles from United overall, from start to finish. I mean, the formation was... I didn't think it was the right formation. I didn't think he picked the right... Ole didn't pick the right formation at all. I don't know why he went with a back five in a game where obviously he didn't have to lose, but you know, you're much better going out to win that sort of game rather than, you know, playing for a draw. And that, you know, I think, to be fair, I thought Julian Nagelsmann got his tactics spot on. He knew exactly what he had to do. He knew all we need to do is win the game, and that's what his team went and done. He knew that Manchester United are not a press-resistant team, because if you go back and watch it, how well RB Leipzig pressed Manchester United, particularly for the first 45 to 60 minutes in that game, was spectacular. It's exactly the way Southampton had done it in the past under Ralph Hasenhüttl, and it was the right tactics, because Man United were just... they couldn't get any time on the ball, and clearly Manchester United players just struggle with that. They can't deal with a team that presses high against them, and the tactics were spot on, and they clearly identified a weakness in Aaron Wan-Bissaka and long balls over the top behind him, because I think there was at least 4 or 5 instances where the ball went over the top of him. 2 of them led to goals, and they had a few more shots, and you know, in truth, Man United were lucky it wasn't 3-0 at half time, because Leipzig were all over us. And you know, when you think about it, it wasn't the game against Leipzig or the game against PSG where, you know, Champions League qualification was lost. It was away in Istanbul when we had to face Başakşehir, where we played the most suicidal defending I've ever fucking seen, and we lost 2-1. That is where we fell out of the Champions League. If we'd won those 2 games, and that was the most annoying thing, we managed to get a result against PSG, we beat them, and we beat Leipzig in our first 2 games. Now all we needed to do was win our next 2 games, and we secured Champions League qualification. I thought we were going to qualify. I'm sure many other Man United fans thought they were going to qualify. And how Man United have managed to shoot themselves in the foot like this is beyond me. Obviously, a lot of people are now asking the question, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the right man for the Man United job? I'm behind the manager, because I don't think that sacking a manager right now is going to change anything. That's me personally. I think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has probably got a few games left, potentially only a few games left. I think if we get absolutely slapped about by Man City, and you know, there's every chance you can get slapped around by Man City the weekend, I think Ole will be on a real tightrope then. But I think that our slow starts in away games aren't helping. I think that our tactics are just not right. But then, you know, the one thing I would also say about this is a lot of people are saying, oh, it's Ole, it's Ole, it's Ole. You've got to remember that the coaching staff that were there under Jose Mourinho, so it can't just be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's got to be questions asked of the likes of Kieran McKenna, Michael Carrick and that, because they've been there all this time through the previous periods, the previous managers. So something's not right. So do we need to look at getting different coaching staff? Because, you know, clearly something's not right. Anyway, I'm done ranting about this shit, to be honest with you. Let me know what your thoughts on the game were. If you think that Ole should go, if you think that we should get Poch, if you think he'll go after the Man City game. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.